Have you found yourself in the middle of a Civ 7 game, wondering what all of these different icons mean and essentially how you got to that point with each different leader? Well, you're in the right place. Hey everyone, this is Connor from Civ Haus, here today to do a quick explanation video about diplomacy and kind of all the intricacies of how that works and how you can get the information you need to figure out how you got to where you did with your relationship with other leaders. So I'm using my Harriet Tubman Let's Play save file to talk about this because I do a lot of diplomacy actions with Harriet Tubman in a wide range of different things, and I have different goals for each of the ones I'm doing, right? So I want to talk about those. How I get to this screen is you click on your character's image. This will pull up all of your ongoing actions that you have going on here. So I've got Farmer's Market with Pakakuti, the local festival with Himiko, and I am going after Ben Franklin from an espionage point of view. I just finished one, I've got one going, and another one queued up. And as you can see, Ben Franklin is not a fan of that. City-state relationships, what government I've chose, and my leader abilities. Well, let's back out of this, take a look at the game board. So again, this is where I'm at in my Let's Play. I believe I am 4 episodes in maybe. And then you can obviously hover here, see all the yields. But let's look at Lafayette, kind of take this from a top-down point of view. So these are all the actions I can do with him. I don't currently have any influence, so I can't do much. And as you can see, as Harriet Tubman, all of my actions are very affordable here. Now let's look at our relationship. This is really the screen that I'm going to be focusing on for a lot of these different leaders because this is a metric of how you're doing with them and how you arrived at that point. So we'll start here. First meet. This is when you obviously first meet this leader. You have a choice, like when you first get that pop-up, between a friendly greeting, a neutral greeting, or a hostile greeting. This really sets the stage in a pretty big way. I mean, this is a constant +20 that does not go away with this leader. So first impressions are a big deal in Civ 7. So if you are someone maybe like Machiavelli, who you can ignore war requirements for formal wars, maybe you do want to go all positive meeting because it really doesn't matter your relationship. But if you're someone else and maybe you're going to go more militaristic and you want to set the stage for that early, you may want to go for hostile greetings right away. But again, as Harriet Tubman, I want people declaring war against me, so I'm going to keep things pretty civil. All right, I've got another endeavor with another leader here, so you can see this. This is another way of boosting your relationship with someone, is if you're doing positive things with an allied or someone that they are friendly with. I've supported endeavors with another leader. However, I have settled too close to another civilization's capital. This doesn't even mean his, just another civilization's capital. And then positive for leader agenda. So all of these things combine to give us a +35, which allows us to be friendly with Lafayette, which, if you look at the game board, we're not really too bothered by him. He's not that far away from us. Carthage is his, but otherwise, we're not really worried too much about Lafayette in this current run-through. Now let's take a look at the opposite end of the coin and Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin and I are not friends. If you want to look at the game board to understand why, this is his capital, here's where I am. This is actually a tile that him and I both fought over. If you look at, I think it's episode 3 of my Let's Play. He founded the settlement here, Yalan took it, I founded one, they took it again. I had to eventually become friendly with Yalan in order to settle here because I wanted the Great Barrier Reef, and this is just a great piece of land to have. But inevitably, I will probably be in a war with Ben Franklin over this settlement. So let's take a look. When we first met, I was positive with him. Didn't know it was going to be like this between Ben and I. Had an endeavor with another leader which he liked, supported endeavors, but he has caught me stealing technology from him. He really doesn't like when you have a different agenda than him, so he has the Classical Republic, and he has double the relationship losses with those that do not share a government type, so I'm not a Classical Republic, so he really hates that. I've settled too close to another civ's capital. I have beat the race to be a suzerain of a city-state with that Yalan city-state right here, and obviously our borders are touching because of this settlement. So Ben is someone who I am going to be targeting probably the whole game with my, stealing of government secrets and stealing technological advancements because it really doesn't matter too much if he finds those out because we're already in a hostile relationship. Now let's look at Himiko here. Himiko is someone who is exclusively positive right now. We have a good first meeting. We have a shared government with oligarchy, endeavors. So things are great with Himiko. She is someone I'm trying to form an alliance with eventually. That way, if I were to go to war with Ben Franklin, she would be able to help me out. And last is Pakakuti. Him and I are in a helpful relationship, just slightly higher Then friendly, which you can see here, these numbers, 35, 57, 61. So we've reached the helpful threshold because we have a shared government, positive when we first met, our leader agendas are the same, and endeavors with another leader. So these leader agendas become a bigger deal than you might think, and they have a range of different impacts. All in all, when looking at relationships, the biggest takeaway I can give you all is that every action matters. The first time you meet a civ, the first time you go to found a settlement, when you choose your government type, all of these different things play a part in how different leaders are going to interact with you, and that will impact how they're going to treat you in-game. Ben Franklin is much more likely to declare a war against me now, and obviously because we have a hostile relationship, it can be a formal war. It's not a surprise war. So anything you do can have serious repercussions in the game, so it's worth deciding what kind of diplomatic stance you want to take early in the game as it relates to each civ. Some of this will just play out naturally, but at the end of the day, it's something you do have to think about because diplomacy is a huge part of Civilization 7, especially if you're playing with a civ like Harriet Tubman or Tecumseh or any one of those. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for the support on the channel so far. We really do appreciate all of the comments, all of the subscribes, all of the likes. We're a brand new channel, still trying to grow, so it really does mean a lot to us. But from our house to yours, we'll see you next time for one more turn.